Well, good morning. Hello there, friend. Thanks for joining me this morning. How are you? Glad to have you here. So glad to be with you. It's a beautiful day here. It's a little chilly still, but it's a beautiful day, so I figured I better take advantage of this because who knows when, when spring will actually finally be here. So my name is Tiffany Huckelman, and I'm the founder of Lone Orange, where we help solopreneurs scale their businesses beyond themselves so that they can have the impact in their business that they want to have. And to do it without the headaches and the hassles that we anticipate by growing a team and doing all kinds of other growth kind of activities. But what I was thinking about, I guess I've been having several conversations lately about what I'm just going to kind of put under the umbrella term right-sizing your business. So just as an example, several years ago, I had decided it was time to grow my team, and so I was going to hire designers to help to bring on some help so that I had people to help me do the design work for my clients. I was going to bring on a project manager to help manage that, so I wasn't always sucked up doing that, so I could do other things, including some design work, but doing some other things in my business that I was dreaming of. So that's what, so I knew that I wanted some software. I needed some project management software. My whole team is virtual, so we needed to be able to communicate. So I went on a search, and I had a spreadsheet comparing all of the aspects and all of the benefits and the features and the questions about various different softwares at various different price points. Well, I finally found one that I just fell in love with, but it was expensive. It was expensive to set up. There was like a one-time setup fee, and that was really expensive. And then there was a really expensive annual fee. But I thought, okay, no, this is just an investment in my business. This is going to make us successful. So I invested in it. About a year in, I still loved it. I loved the functionality, but we were nowhere near the size of business that needed that kind of software. And I realized that it was sucking a lot of profit out of the business, that it wasn't helping us enough. It wasn't truly helping us grow. So I learned a really important lesson about choosing the right things for my business. And so honestly, what we ended up going to is several very inexpensive or free softwares that I feel like they're kind of patchwork together, but we've made them work and integrate because we have a thoughtful system of how we use these different softwares. Now, had I kept that software, sure, we would have had all that in one place, and that would be nice, but it was expensive. It wasn't the right fit for my size of business. So and I've had several conversations lately about kind of this topic, choosing the right things to invest in for your business at the right time. And it really got me to thinking, because that was an experience when I bought into that software that I'm glad I learned from, but it was a painful and expensive, which was painful, process. So I really like to help save people from that. So then on the flip side, so there's two different thoughts here. One, it's right sizing and getting the right tools that you need for your business. But there's also the side of the risk taking, the time to invest in your business. What is the right thing that you need to actually invest in and spend some maybe scary amounts of money to invest in that growth? And so there's things to look at. And that's what I wanted to talk about. And if nothing else, bring it up to you to ask yourself the question, when was a time that I bought into something, invested in something, time or money or energy that did help me grow, that did benefit me or my business tremendously? When was one of those times? When did you feel like this investment was the best investment for me? When was one of those times? I'd love to hear, if you're watching this live or in the comments, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. So share with us, tell me when was one of those times when you felt the best about one of your investments. Once you've done that, then you can think about a time when maybe an investment wasn't the best. There have been other times when I've bought into expensive coaching programs things that I thought, oh my gosh, can I really spend this amount of money? But they were the best investment because I learned what I needed to learn to grow my business. And those are good times to have that scary expense. So I can't sit here and tell you never spend more than you can afford, because there are times when you're going to have to. But it's weighing the times when it is absolutely going to help your business, and versus when what your business can handle at that time, at the size that you're at, versus what you can grow into, and when it's time to invest. So just being very aware of that, I guess, the weighing that, because I feel like it's easy. I know when I've kind of weighed out opportunities, they're in my head, I start thinking about, well, yes, this is expensive, but maybe this is just an investment in my business. And maybe it is, but I have to be honest with myself. Is it really an investment in my business, or is it too soon? Maybe it's what I need to do to jump into my next level. Or excuse me, maybe it's what I will grow into. Maybe that software that I bought so many years ago, maybe someday I will need it. And maybe we will have the size and the need for that in my business, and I can go back to it. But maybe not. Probably not, honestly. I don't know. I don't have an intention of being super big. I just have an intention of having a well-oiled team with a handful of designers. I don't need a big team. So just paying attention to what what your business really needs at the time. It's okay. Keep it simple. Honestly, keep it simple is the best advice I can give. And especially as you're developing systems and you are trying to figure out how to grow, I love to tell people to do them as manually as you can until you figure out what you need. Then go find the software. That's where you can get the automation and the efficiency from using softwares and other tools, but figure it out manually. Pen and paper, spreadsheets, whatever seems to work. But those figuring out those thought processes and what works, then you can put it into your automation or your efficiency software, your project management system. We learned that the hard way too, because I bought this project management system. We didn't have our systems even figured out. So now I was building systems to fit in this project management software, which didn't make sense because it didn't it didn't actually help us do any better. And then when we pulled out of that software, now I had to rewrite the systems. Had I been able to write the systems first and then find the right software to help us implement those systems, we would have been so much better off. And I would have saved a lot of money. So this is just a conversation for you to be having and thinking about going forward. What size business do you want to have? And what are those things that you're really going to need? And then, depending on how far that is in the future, what is it that you need right now to start those baby steps to get there? Because there's so many software, there's so many options out there, there's so many tools out there that might be a better fit for where you're at right now, even if you want to work into something bigger. All right, so I hope that, looks like I've got some comments. Fabulous. All right. So Deborah says, I've experienced both great and scary investments and some meh investments. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? And sometimes we never know. But I am a big believer that no matter what happens, there's something we can learn from it. So even those meh investments that I've made, I learn what I don't want to do. I learn what I don't like. And so that helps me make better choices in the future or helps me serve my clients better. Because now I know what I want to make sure I'm not doing for my own clients. So that's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Mom, Angela. Trying to decide about an investment in an expensive machine for my own enjoyment. And that's okay. And I keep telling you this, it's okay, because our joy and our enjoyment is a good thing, and it brings joy to other people as well. So, so this is perfect. I think actually, knowing when it's time to buy and to purchase for the right thing, and knowing when it's time to invest in the future. Yes, Deborah says, either way I learn. Absolutely. There's always, a good friend of mine told me a long time ago, there's always something to learn from an experience, either what to do or what not to do. And I think about that all the time because I think that's, it's brilliant. And it's so true. And as long as we stay curious to what am I learning here in this situation, we're going to get a lot out of it. All right, my friend. Well, it was great to see you here. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for those of you who joined live, Deborah and my mom. So thanks for being here, and thanks for sharing. It's always nice to have a little bit of engagement on these. So I will plan on seeing you here next Thursday. And if you do watch this on replay, make sure you type your comments in the comments below, and I will plan on seeing you next Thursday. Take care. Bye-bye.